When it comes to serving clients, my three most important principles are honesty, empathy, and objectivity. My name is Harriet Nakazwe Angetile. I'm the airport manager for Kenneth Kaunda International Airport. I started off in electrical. I worked in airport operations as an assistant airport manager. Then I moved to ground handling as a manager, to safety. I managed safety for about 6 years before I moved to the position of airport manager, which I've held for the last 3 years. Typically, my day starts when I enter the airport road. So I begin to look out for litter along the road. I also have to look out for the grass cutting. Is the area well kept? As I enter the airport, I check the surrounding generally just to make sure that the parking slots are okay. The facility is clean enough for our passengers. And then I get to the office. Then I begin to receive reports from each sectional heads to let me in what is happening, how is the section doing, are the human resource okay. We also interface with other stakeholders in the airport, so there's also VIP facilitation. Is the equipment serviceable? Are we maintaining the category? Like in this case for fire, we always have to be at Cat 9, which allows us to land the biggest aircraft. That's your 777. The Airbus 380 requires a category 9, so we have to make sure that that category is maintained. Some of the lesser known challenges that we face as airport management is handling complaints on behalf of other stakeholders in the airport. Because all people know is the airport, without really understanding that behind that airport there is other stakeholders, other players. So when someone is aggrieved, they have a complaint, they'll just come to the airport manager's office. So you have to also be able to manage them even on behalf of other stakeholders. So that sometimes can be challenging. Some of the strategies that we have implemented as Kenneth Kaunda International Airport to ensure that our passengers have a memorable experience in our airport is open door policy. We also embrace criticism. When I talk about open door policy, this is where we allow our clients, all stakeholders, are free to enter our offices at any time. So that if they have a problem, for instance, we have to resolve. If they've got a plan, we have to work together. Because as a corporation, we have our own strategy. And ultimately, we want to be a leading provider of airport services and air navigation. So this we must communicate to our clients, our stakeholders who help us to be called an airport. Because you cannot be called an airport if you don't have immigration, you don't have customs, you don't have ZRA. All of these are key players in an airport. So they also have to understand our strategy, that we aim at making sure that we provide a service that fits the international standards. And in doing that, we also want to continuously be improving. And that's where I brought in the aspect of embracing criticism, because it is the feedback that we get from our clients that actually helps us to continue improving on the services that we provide to them. There's been many projects that the corporation has embarked on, but I will refer to our transfer from Terminal 1 into Terminal 2. There was a lot of adjustments to be done. There were timelines, there were a lot of simulations that had to be done before we actually moved to the terminal. And even when we moved to Terminal 2, which is this terminal where we are right now, it was a lot of adjustments that every one of us had to make. The passengers didn't know the layout of the building. Finding their way was a bit of a challenge. Of course, we had signage, but I think people just love places where they're familiar, they're familiar with the environment and everything. So this was a change that we had to manage. ORAT project happens to be one of those exciting and fulfilling projects that I've worked on. ORAT meaning operational readiness to transfer and operate in a new building. I feel that now we are settled. I think that we're good to go, and I think we're providing the service that meets the building. And I think that's why we won the best airports in Africa. So we have young people coming to the airport from pre-grade to grade 12, coming to view the airport, coming to see the infrastructure. Some of them come for specific objectives, say geography. At university level also, we do have certain schools that come through, say, engineering. During construction, we had a lot of engineers coming to look at the building, the construction works, interfacing with our engineers. And then we also have other institutions that are doing transportation. They would also want to come and understand how the air transport contributes to the overall transportation in Zambia. And then we also have professionals that also come through to do their research here at the airport. Then we also collaborate quite a lot with other institutions that are, for instance, fighting against wildlife trafficking. So as an airport, we have put ourselves there on the table to say we will not allow trafficking in our airport. We've got not the big five, but I think we've got the elephants, the rhinos, and the leopard in our airport. And around it, we've put some information that we give to the general public to just try and discourage them from engaging in illegal activities of wildlife. We always collaborate with stakeholders. We make sure that each one of us's roles are well spelled out so that there's no overlapping. We make sure that they are fulfilling their mandate because our mandates are different. So I have my own mandate, they have theirs, but ultimately we have to work as a team. So there's just collaboration on a daily basis. In my work as airport manager, I have had many memorable events, but one that comes to mind, and I'm going to be biased on this one because it's the most recent one, is the handling of the United States of America Vice President, Madam Kamala Harris. That was very unique. It was different. Everything went according to plan. In some cases, we exceeded. And they've gone ahead to even frame something for us, which has been signed by the Vice President herself and the entire team that came through to Zambia, the snipers. They singled out some of our staff that were outstanding, like the ICT team. They really played a huge role. I think they didn't expect that they would find such kind of brilliant minds in Zambia. In my entire life, I'll remember that experience. Our goal is to become a hub for the region, for starters, but ultimately for Africa. What is our contribution as an airport, and what is my contribution as an airport manager? I think it's to transform the mindset of our staff, to look at, yes, of course, we have a building which is state-of-the-art infrastructure. It's admired by many people, but this building will mean nothing if the service that we provide does not match the infrastructure that we have. Key to it is ensuring that we provide a good service. Even as we are getting resources to move towards becoming a hub, we need to also begin to enhance our operations and service provision so that we provide a service that will befit a hub. So every one of us must play their part, not just Zambia Airports, but other stakeholders. So everyone must be pulling in the right direction. We have the infrastructure, we have the advantage in terms of location. What stops us from flying? I guess we are ready to become a hub.
Welcome to your gateway to possibilities. We're here to serve you. We're proud to keep you safe. We're happy to be part of your journey, providing a seamless process from start to end. We care about your experience as you travel through the gateway to possibilities. Keep flying.